All right, let's look at multiplying these rational expressions. This is a rational expression, and so is this. You know that they're just big fractions. And when we go to multiply rational expressions, we have to factor everything. So I have 4 parts of my fractions I'm going to factor. Let's start right here at the top. X squared minus 2x. To factor that, I take out a greatest common factor of x, and I'm left with x minus 2. And that's it. This one's factored completely. If you look at this and think that it should be something else, always take out the GCF and then look further after that. And in this case, that's it. All right, let's factor this one down here. That's going to be 2 binomials. All right, I look at this as a leading coefficient of 1, like an easy 1. I can go x and x, 2 numbers that multiply to give me 25, and they're going to add to give me 10. Well, that's 5 and 5. My signs are both the same, and they're both negative. So x minus 5, x minus 5. And you know what? This was actually a perfect square trinomial, but it doesn't matter. We're going to factor it the same way that we would factor any leading coefficient of 1. We're going to look up here. We're going to say that is the difference of 2 squares, becoming a fan favorite over here, x plus 5 and x minus 5. Okay, conjugates. And then let's factor this last one right down here. Leading coefficient of 1 means I can go straight to my 2 binomials. I'm going to have x and x, 2 numbers that multiply to give me 10 and subtract to give me 3. Well, that's going to be 5 and 2. 5 and 2. And since I have a positive 3, the larger one is positive. So x plus 5, x minus 2. Okay, and now is the fun part. Now we get to cancel out. All right, so do you see anything in the numerator that cancels with anything in the denominator? And really, at this point, we could write this like it's one big giant fraction. Okay, so anything in the numerator will cancel with anything in the denominator, whether it's on the left fraction or the right fraction. So what cancels? I see this, x minus 2 and x minus 2. Oh, I see this, x plus 5 and x plus 5. Oh, I see this, x minus 5 and x minus 5. So I am left with x in the numerator and x minus 5 in the denominator. Okay, and you should feel good when you start canceling out like this. They're making these problems so that a lot of things can cancel out. If you factor everything and nothing cancels out, well, you kind of wonder why would they give you a problem like that. So maybe you want to look and check your factoring.